did what you set out to do. Brought home the NBA Cup.
How does it feel? Like you expected?
You know, it does, but it doesn't.
What do you mean?
You know, after the build-up to that final moment, when we were finally holding the trophy, I felt,
Joy.
No.
Pride.
Hungry.
No.
You hunted your prey for months and figured bagging it would bring its own reward, but getting that taste only brought you more hunger.
I'm starving.
Well, there's
Coach.
plenty more fish in that CMP. We're building to something special this year. Speaking of, let's get you set up with goals for the second half. Any of these stand out to you?
I want to focus on road games. If we're going to hit our goals this year, then we need to win in hostile environments.
Ain't no better way to overcome adversity than facing it head on. And playing in front of 20,000 fans who want nothing more than to see you fail is a great way to test your mettle.
Oh, glad you see it my way, Coach.
That's my goal you just picked. Technically, you see it my way.
All right. I'll let you have that one.
And you just failed your first test. Never back down from a bully, especially on the road.
Always teaching, huh? Well, that's good, because I'm always learning.
I'll make a road warrior out of you yet, MP. We're just getting started.
Fantastic. Sounds like we're in total alignment.
Just remember, every moment matters. Give everything you've got to this and you'll be rewarded.
Get ready to light it up tonight.
Greetings and best wishes for a happy holiday season from all of us at 2K Sports as we get set for this NBA presentation. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and we'll have David Aldridge filling us in from the sideline. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Jimmy Butler.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
Look at the 76ers starting group. Embiid is out there with Yabusele. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. Then it's Paul George. And it's McCain in at the shooting guard position. And for Golden State, Jimmy Butler is out there with Draymond Green. Then there's Peyton. Then there's Big Dog, and it's Curry in at the point. And Greg, here we are, not yet halfway into the season. For players, has the wear and tear already set in?
It can. Sometimes it's the accumulation by the end of a season, but other times it's just a challenging stretch that can leave you reeling.
And it's Maxey with the ball for Philadelphia. On the wing, George. Here's the screen. Pass to McCain. No good on the three. And it's the Warriors' ball. Peyton left side. A three ball. The rebound by Yabusele. Here's Maxey. Traps in the tray.
With the speed at which Maxey plays, that pull-up is almost impossible to deal with.
Curry finds Beverly. Outside, Peyton. Beverly with a screen on George. Golden State moving the ball around. Maxey with the block. And they'll keep possession. Peyton, that's good.
And, you know, it took them a while to get going, but they finally connected now on their fourth shot of the game.
We've seen Tyrese Maxey and his game go to another level. Clark, what makes him a top-level scorer in your opinion?
Kevin, there are a couple of things that really stand out. His sheer speed with the ball is remarkable. His fearlessness and confidence, every great scorer has that. And then his ability to knock down the three-point shot off the catch or off the dribble gives him an added step of quickness when he's taking it to the rack. And all of that makes him a dynamic scorer.
Here's Embiid after the made shot from Beverly. And here's Embiid. Hard to imagine, but the stats are tremendous as he averages close to 27 points a game. Inside, here's Green, lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that.
And one thing about Draymond, he almost invites contact.
Maxey kicks to Embiid. To McCain. No good with the triple. Well, it was the 76ers, their last game, a loss to the Kings in Sacramento. Green dishes to Beverly. Second chance shot, and there's the nice layup by Butler.
Hey, the defense has to recognize that Butler is a threat to throw it down. He's about 6'7", maybe 6'8".
Here's Yabusele. Back to Maxey. Pulls it from 20. Basket counts. Maxey's got 5 points so far.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Now, here's Beverly. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Clock at 6. Pulls it up. Does not find the basket. His second miss. He's now 1 for 3. And Nick Nurse, Greg, the 26th head coach in 76ers franchise history.
And Kevin, known for his creativity and that outside-the-box thinking, I think it's a good fit with this forward-thinking front office.
And it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Both teams making substitutions here. And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. He's ready to talk things through with the team. So with Butler sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. The post pair for him. It's Green and Looney. Stephen Curry's out there with Big Dog. And it's Moody in at the 3, the small forward. Pass to McCain. Just 5 to shoot. Embiid with the screen on Curry. Great open look there. McCain's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Curry way outside. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Here's McCain. Oubre outside. Edwards with the screen for Oubre. Pass to McCain. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Warriors leading by 10. Beverly the pass to Green. Now here's Beverly. He's tightly guarded. And Green with the basket on the assist by Beverly.
And Draymond is smart at knowing when to shoot the ball, especially when he's got strong position inside.
Now here's Embiid. Here's McCain. And the lead is down inside single digits. McCain's got 8 points.
And getting going here in the second quarter, his second three-pointer of the game.
And Beverly kicks to Green. There's the screen. Back to Beverly. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Shot's good by Green.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches. He used to say, that ain't going to get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Joel Embiid talks about leading his team. He said, I've been guarded so many different ways, I feel like I've seen everything, and I know how to attack everything. For me, it's all about how do I bring everyone along with me. You can't win alone. It's just about playing together and involving everybody. Kevin?
And you've got to involve everybody. All right, D.A., thanks. And it's in there. He has 6.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
44 seconds left now here in the second. Embiid with the screen on Curry. McCain's shot is off.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Curry, that's good.
And the lead should be safe if they can keep shooting the basketball like this.
Yeah, they're cracking. Absolutely cracking and looking to pad that lead.
Oubre, a screen on Curry. McCain, off target from three-point range. Warriors leading by 12. Ashton Looney, back to Beverly. There's a good screen. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
Good awareness that time to put the shot right back up before the defense could react.
Here's Yabusele. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's the Golden State Warriors sitting with a comfortable lead up by 14. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity and they are pounding it down low. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
I'm giving credit to their front office. They've methodically added talent to their second and third units, and you see the results there, Shaq.
Yeah, they've got scorers coming off that bench, and that's what you need. In a long season, different guys have to step up.
And next up, we have the award winners, our Players of the Month in the East and the West. In the Western Conference, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
You could tell that teams aren't sure how to defend SGA. He gets into the lane so easily, and he can also hit the 3-ball. Now, he's a good floor general, lots to work with.
Feels like he just keeps getting better and better and better and better. And that about wraps it up. And as the third quarter is about to begin, we go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Clark, obviously, this is a results league for head coaches, and we're always going to see lots of changes at that position.
I think you're exactly right. I don't necessarily agree with it all the time. I would like to see owners and general managers and decision makers be a little more patient, give coaches a little more runway, but we know it's a results-oriented league, and oftentimes the reality is that it's easier to change one coach than it is perhaps to change a handful of players on a roster that's not performing.
And on the floor for Nick Nurse as we get into the second half. Paul George is out there with Yabusele. Then it's Joel Embiid. Then there's Maxey. And it's McCain in at the 2. Curry finds Green. From outside off the mark. The 76ers trail by 11. Outside Maxey. Embiid inside the line. And Curry pulls it down.
Boy, that's got to be terribly frustrating there. I mean, with the defense not hustling and he still misses, boy, he wishes he had that one back.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. The Warriors have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line. At the line for the Warriors. And he makes both free throws. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. Trailing by 13. So it's off to Brooklyn after this game as they have the next to look forward to. And that concludes this long 6-game road trip. Lets the 3 fly. He's off on that one.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Outside, Payton lets it go from 11. Nice touch on the bank shot. Beverly's got 4 points now in the quarter. The 76ers trail by 15. And it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. They fall in the rankings this time around. Not an easy situation.
And I think for Golden State, they are well beyond where we thought they'd be at this point in the season, making incredible strides and maintaining their momentum.
Outside, George. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Here's Maxey. And a miss there on the triple.
This is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
Clearly an MVP caliber talent now. Embiid continues to impress with his versatility on both ends. A man that big shouldn't be able to do the stuff that he does with the ball.
And Embiid drops them both. And Joel Embiid is a giant center. Clark, his size, his arm span. How does his sheer size, do you think, affect the game?
Well, he's a mountain of a man. Not only is he tall, he's wide, and he's deep too, Kevin. In other words, he's hard to get around. And he's also hard to challenge because he's north and south. So, and you factor in his touch. This guy does things that I've not really seen a guy of his size do, particularly when you talk about pity-patting the dribble and knocking down face-up jumpers all the way out to the three-point line. It should almost be unlawful for a guy north of 3 bills to be doing that.
Outside Curry. Now here's Beverly. He's guarded closely. Outside Butler. 5 on the clock. Green, the screen, takes a 3. Oh, Butler draining the 3.
Tit for tat. Love that Butler came back down and delivered. Whatever you can do, he can do just as well.
Maxey passes to Embiid. There's 1:47 left in the third quarter. Can't cash in from close range. Here's Beverly. Good. Great play by Green to set it up. And it's 8 points for Big Dog.
Part of Draymond's value, the playmaking he gives you out of the front court.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, the Sixers have their superstar in Joel Embiid, but Coach Nick Nurse says they have to maximize him in different ways. Nurse said unpredictability is the key. We have to relieve some of the pressure. Guys are overplaying and sending multiple players at him, and we have to find easy baskets out of it. Kevin?
Makes a lot of sense, David. Thank you. Embiid sets the pick for Maxey. Over Curry. The 76ers again can't hit it. Warriors leading by 15. Here's Beverly. And that one drops. Beverly's got 8 here in the quarter.
Tell you what, guys, this has clearly been his half. And he's getting to his spot, shooting the ball with confidence. Excellent turnaround for him.
Pass to McCain. Good on the three-point shot. McCain's got a pair of threes now here in the third for the 76ers. Here's Beverly, and that one is hammered home.
You know, Steph Curry is not always looking for his next shot. He's got a selflessness about him that's inspiring.
Outside, George. Here's McCain. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
And cutting into the lead with the big one-hand throwdown.
That's how you get your team back into it.
That might indeed ignite a spark in this team.
Beverly with the ball. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. He'll take his third and fourth free throw shots of the game right here.
And he didn't do him any favors in their last game. His performance at the line was porous.
Well, it was a narrow loss, and you think about the misses he had from the line, that could have been a different story had he made it. And guys, this has not been a season to remember for him at the free throw line, certainly to this point.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here, looking like a point guard with the pass right on the money.
Changes for Golden State. Santos is checked in, and it's Big Dog in for Heel. And Philadelphia making a change here. Warriors leading by 15. So with Butler sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. Big Dog is out there with Stephen Curry. Then there's Moody. Then it's Trace Jackson Davis. And it's Santos in at the power forward position. Pass to Embiid. Physical play by Embiid inside.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
Now Jackson Davis. Moody finds Beverly. There's the triple. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Edwards passes to Lowry. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Wants to get it to Edwards and does. Pass to McCain. Off target with his three. Golden State's gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark, shooting the three ball well.
And just a better job of getting to the line here in the second half. Didn't get there once in the first.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
You know, all game long, they've imposed their will on the interior, scoring a lot of points in the painted area.
And we also got to highlight how lackluster the opposition has been in terms of boxing out. This team is flat out bullying them on the offensive glass.
Embiid the screen. Free throw line jump shot. Again, Philadelphia.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Beverly dishes to Curry. Curry gets the screen from Beverly. Curry kicks to Beverly. Payton looking around. This one for three. And McCain pulls it down. The 76ers trail by 15. Draymond Green grabs the miss. Green's got 6 rebounds in the game. Payton passes to Beverly. Here's McCain. Pass to Maxey. Here's McCain. Embiid the screen. And the ball out of play. The Warriors will inbound. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Now Beverly. Pass to Butler. Beverly sets the screen for Butler. To the middle. Green kicks to Butler. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Beverly. Back to Payton. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Timeout called the 76ers. 1:15 left in the fourth quarter. Clark, the NBA has seen some iconic personal rivalries over the years. And I'm sure you remember most of them.
Yeah, I do, even those that I wasn't part of as a young basketball player growing up in Cleveland watching. But I read a lot about them, Wilt and Bill Russell, the Celtics and the Lakers and all of those great teams. Obviously, high school graduate of 1979, the Bird and Magic rivalry, easy answer for anybody around my age. And then you think about Isaiah Thomas, who was in my high school class, and then Michael Jordan. Those Pistons-Bulls rivalries were pretty intense. And must-watch TV. So there have been a lot over the years.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for the Warriors.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And that next meeting will be their second and final game of the season series, being in opposite conferences. So you bet nobody wants to get swept even in a two-game season series. I think the next game will be hotly contested.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Big Dog.
You look at the energy he brought on both ends of the floor, and it's easy to see why he was a difference maker.
And that one misses.
And guys, with Embiid on the floor, it's not just about his individual play. He changes everything for everyone on that team. That's how dominant he is. It's not just statistics. His presence alone propels them.
For the 76ers.
Good on both. Greg, their unselfish play has really been impressive.
They're trusting one another out there, wanting to get each other involved. This is great basketball.
Now here's Beverly. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later.
Way to bring the effort tonight.